Hello everyone and welcome on this new weekly market analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. Before we start, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and kindly leave a comment and share the video. Also my friends, please don't forget to join our free channel of Telegram to receive all kinds of updates about these signals that you are about to receive in this video. Here is the channel. It's completely free of cost, Xtreme Trader Signals, and you can also find the link in the description below this video. That's very important, my friends, because sadly there are actually a lot of scammers using a similar name with our picture and logo name, or actually the title. They are actually using the successful reputation of Xtreme Trader to catch their victims. So what these scammers doing is that they are actually offering to telling the victims to send them $100 and they promise of a $500 in profit in a month, or they will tell the victim to send them $500 and they promising of $5,000 return every month. That's of course a scam. We should never accept that. If anyone under the name of Xtreme Trader told you send me money and I promise you of returns, immediately tell him no, you are a scammer and block him instantly. And make sure that you have joined the real channel name Xtreme Trader Signals, and make sure to join it through the link in the description below of this video. That was my disclaimer, because actually unfortunately we are receiving a lot of complaints recently from victims of these scammers, but I have no idea how the victims found our real address to complain later. However, let's now see what we can do next with the EURUSD for the upcoming week. Actually, my friends, this was my signal to buy the EURUSD from 1.29. Last Thursday, I have sent this signal, and as you can see, thankfully, it was after all a good signal, which actually have went in over 72 pips of profit. If you guys have taken this signal, please let me know in the comments and share with us how the signal was, and if you actually have made good profits with it. However, what's going to happen next with the EURUSD? Now, from my point of view, EURUSD remains to be bullish for the upcoming week, and please allow me to explain why. So if we take a look at the daily chart, right now on daily chart, we actually can see two things. Number one is that here we had, of course, a channel, or actually a flag that recently has just been broken out from with the Tuesday candle, and then Wednesday, Thursday and Friday candles remained to be bullish after the bullish breakout from the resistance trend line and entirely the channel. Number two is that actually right here we have that the market actually approaching Fibonacci 61.8. Now pay attention, since actually on daily chart we are on upper trend, it seems like there is actually a lot of pressure at 61.8 Fibonacci. It actually has been under the pressure since April. We have here attempt number 1, 2, actually here, since March, we have, since April, yes, since April, 18th April. We have here attempt number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and right now the number 8 attempt is approaching. So therefore we can actually expect a pullback, but eventually after the bullish breakout from the channel right here, we can expect from the EURUSD to indeed continue the rise. And I think we are looking for upcoming double top pattern, which means here we can consider to sell the EURUSD. But until then, we are looking for longing the pair. So that means that right now we can actually expect a pullback to happen. Now pay attention please. Based on daily chart, we have here a resistance, as we can see, which has been followed later with that bullish breakout candle. Now, according to our strategy, which is really very nice and successful in my opinion, we have to actually, my friends, highlight the opening and the closing price of the bullish breakout candle. Then look at the nearest support to that bullish breakout candle and place our buy order exactly on that support. So here we have a resistance, ignore it, a resistance, ignore it, a resistance as well, ignore it. Here we have a support. So meaning that is the nearest support to that bullish breakout candle, which means we can consider to buy the EURUSD exactly right here at the same level of the support, which might actually be also Fibonacci 50. But of course we are talking about daily chart. Let's take a look right now at the 4-hour time frame and confirm this. But first of all, let me just highlight this level like that. Alright, now we are clear. Let's now go to the 4-hour time frame. Alright, now as you can see right now, 4-hour time frame here shows me that we had here of course a very strong key level of a support zone between 1.131 and 1.126, and as you can see, the market has indeed respected that level of a support, which also indicates a possible continuation in the rise. Not to mention that here also we had a support trend line that seems to be respected. So all of that says, my friends, that we can actually consider to rebuy the EURUSD exactly right here, almost at Fibonacci 50, which means we have to wait for the market to fall to another 36 pips before we can continue buying it. However, if we do buy the market right here, we can continue the buy until the market reach the highest level of a real resistance, which lies exactly at 1.192. And of course, in this case, our safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than the lowest level of the support right here at 1.129. As you can see here, it was also the bottom of the real support, which was also a resistance, and lately also right here a support as well. So therefore, the safe zone in this case, or actually the maximum drawdown, will be around 60 pips only against 200. Actually, let's make it less than that, because I feel like this is so unrealistic and hard to approach. Let's make the target approach here, or actually near to the real level of a resistance at 1.147, which means we are looking for over 148 pips of profit against 60 pips of a maximum drawdown. And there goes our signal for the EURUSD. Let's now move to the Pound USD. Alright, so look at that, my friends. Look at that. Pound USD really was excellent signal, which has reversed almost exactly from the buy level at 1.1340 and went straight to the take profit level, making over 106 pips of profit. If you guys have made any profits with this signal, please let us know in the comments. I mean, I really appreciate the comments that thanking the channel, appreciating the channel, but what I really like to see is someone who have actually made profits with this signal. I like to see someone says, thank you, the signal has really worked, I made profit with this signal. That is what I really looking for. However, let's now see what we can do next with this pair. So let's now take a look at the weekly chart. So as we can see, weekly chart here shows a very strong bullish breakout happened from the long-term resistance at 1.341, which means the Pound USD still looking for a continuation in the rise, and we actually expecting from the market to continue the rise till it reach the the strong key level of a resistance at 1.368, which was previously also a support, which means Pound USD is still looking for over 140 pips more to go. So where exactly is the best level to continue buying this pair? Let's now take a look at daily chart. Of course, my friends, we are using the weekly chart only to confirm the direction, but to find the entries we can actually use daily chart or even 4-hour time frame, and in some cases we can use 1-hour time frame. However, now based on daily chart, as we can see, if we look at the left side, now what we need to do is simply highlight that we have here a broken structure, as we can see, like that. Second of all, we have to look at the left to find a strong key level of a support, which actually we can consider to rebuy the market exactly from it. Based on my view, actually, here we had, of course, a strong key level of a real support at 1.344, which was also a support later, which was in the past also a key level of a resistance. And now, as we can see, based on the current price action that we have, look at that, this is interesting. We have here the nearest resistance to that bullish breakout candle, and that is also a good level to consider buying the market from it. So meaning, we actually can look for a pullback, and hopefully the market will respect this level, retesting the broken level of a resistance exactly at 1.344, and from that point, we can consider to rebuy the pair again. That means we have to wait for the market to fall to another 86 pips, which is really going to be a lot, but hopefully the profit is going to be big as well, because we are looking for over almost 200 pips profit with this signal, and the safe zone that in this case actually shouldn't be ranging lower than the previous level of a key support right here, as well as we can see at 1.334. So yeah, I know this signal might take a while to be activated, but hopefully it will worth it. So therefore our safe zone, my friends, will be ranging for around 93 pips against 200 pips of profit. That is what the Pound USD is giving us, also considering that here we had also a support trend line. So therefore this signal, in my opinion, seems legit. But actually, let me just take a look again. Maybe we can actually consider to buy the market exactly right here, combining the support trend line along with this previous level of a resistance based on the 1-hour time frame. We actually have here a better entry, in my opinion, because here we have the nearest level of a resistance to that bullish breakout candle. So meaning we can actually adjust our safe zone. Exactly, that's going to be better. So our edge of the safe zone will be ranging for around 74 pips against 181 pips of profit. And that will be all, my friends, for the pound USD. Let's now head to the AUDUSD. Alright, so AUDUSD signal hasn't been triggered, but at least went in the right direction. Now, what's going to happen next with this pair? Actually, I have to highlight that the market right now, based on daily chart, looks so ugly, my friends. But however, what we have right now is recently actually something that we can understand. Right now, what we have, ignoring, or actually regardless of this strong consolidation happened and so much ups and downs, what we have recently here is actually, if we can see this correctly, we have here a broken triangle, as you can see. And that tells us that the AUDUSD actually has a chance to retest that triangle, and hopefully it will continue to rise after retesting the broken level of a resistance trend line. And by looking at the left side, we can see clearly that we had here also a very strong key level of a support, as we can see exactly and precisely at 0.644. So here we had, of course, the nearest level of a key support level, which is of course the nearest one to that bullish breakout candle, which has just made here a bullish breakout from that triangle. And as you can see also, it is going to be retesting the real level of a resistance at 0.644. So that being said, let's wait for the AUDUSD to make a one last pullback, or a drop actually, to retest that support, and then we can consider buying this pair until it reach the highest level of a resistance right here exactly at 0.653. As you can see right here, this was the nearest key level of a resistance to that current level. So meaning we are looking for over, I think 110 or actually 107 pips of profit. And in this case, our safe zone or the maximum drawdown shouldn't be ranging lower than the previous level of a key resistance. I just bit my lips. Oh, shit. Oh, that's painful. Okay. What I was talking about. The edge of the safe zone shouldn't be ranging lower than the previous level of a key resistance, as we can see right here, which was also a support as well as 0.638, which means the safe zone will be ranging for around 50 pips against 107 pips of profit. And that will be all, my friends, for the AUDUSD. Let's now jump to the USDCAD. Alright, so USDCAD also was a winner signal. It was really a sniper entry, my friends. Look at that. We had actually the reversal exactly at 1.382 or sorry 1.388, and as you can see, instantly hit the take profit level, making over 100, I think almost 100 pips of profit, and even more than that. So again, USDCAD signal was really excellent one. Now what's gonna happen with this pair? Let's now delete the old signal and see what we can do next. So now by looking at the weekly chart, however, we can notice that the market has actually made finally the bearish breakout from the long-term support at 1.377. And that means that right now, most likely, my friends, the next candle is going to be bearish. Why? Because by looking at the current price action on the weekly chart, the bearish breakout candle has a tiny wick at the top and a longer tail at the bottom. Indicates that the next candle most likely will also be bearish. Most of the times, guys, when we see such a price action on the bearish breakout candle, it means a continuation in the fall. Now that also means that the market actually has a chance to continue the fall toward the next level of a key support right here at 1.362, which means also that USDCAD still has around over 100 pips more to go. So meaning we are considering to short this pair next week. Let's now take a look at the daily chart. Now, based on daily chart, we can actually highlight right now the take profit level at 1.362. However, the entry, my friends, in my opinion, is best gonna be right here exactly at the key level of a resistance. As we can see right here, in the past we had here a very strong key level of a resistance at 1.376, which was also a strong key level of a support recently, which has instantly been broken out from. So if the USDCAD is gonna make any pullbacks, we can actually consider to resell the pair exactly right here, right on the same level of a key resistance. We are hoping from the market to actually continue respecting this area. And also, if we look right now at the 4-hour time frame, right now actually we are on the 4-hour time frame. We also have here a resistance trend line, as we can see, that most likely will actually be respected. Actually, let me just make it correct. We need to make it accurate, just like that, so we can actually have a clear reading exactly. So now we have here a resistance trend line with multiple attempts, as you can see, and then we had here one fake breakout because the market has failed to create even a single attempt of a support trend line, which actually didn't happen. And right now, most likely the resistance trend line is gonna be respected, and afterward the USDCAD resumes the fall. That being said, Let's sell the pair at 1.376, expecting around 140 pips of profit, and the safe zone in this case that shouldn't be ranging higher than the previous level of a resistance at 1.383, which means we are looking for around 67 pips of maximum drawdown against 143 pips of profit. And that will be all, my friends, for the USDCAD. Let's now move to the USDJPY. So USDJPY signal was the only one that has failed among all of these signals. And again, my friends, it's really not possible to guess all the market's direction correctly. Sometimes, of course, or actually some of them might not be guessed correctly. But I have to admit also, USDJPY, last, I think, 4 analysis of mine actually didn't go well. They went actually in the right direction, but actually the entry was not as good. So I will try now to do the best I can to figure the best entry to start selling the USDJPY, because most likely we're looking for a bearish fall. Now, as you can see, my friends, based on the weekly chart, what we have right here, of course, is a very strong key level of a support trend line. Check this out, which recently has been broken out from and also retested as a new resistance trend line. So that support trend line has actually been formed since 2020. That's, I mean, we're talking about more than 5 years. So therefore, this long-term support trend line recently also been broken out from and created here a resistance trend line. That's why we can see here a strong rejection in this area and a strong drop happening right now with the USDJPY. So that means that based on the weekly chart, we actually can look for that the market most likely will continue the fall to reach the lowest level of a real support at 140.163, which means the pair still has around over 230 pips more to go before actually start the rise maybe. So however, we are looking for shorting the pair until it reach that support. So let's now move to the daily chart. Alright, so now based on daily chart, actually we cannot really see much here. I would like to move to the 4-hour time frame to see things in detail. Now, as you can see right here, based on the 4-hour time frame, if we highlight here the support trend line, check this out. Right here we have, of course, a broken level of a support trend line, and the USDJPY is actually right now approaching here a support zone, which indicates a possible pullback to happen. So if that happens, we actually can look to sell the USDJPY at somewhere right here, in my opinion, and to have the safest entry possible. I would like to sell the pair exactly right here at the nearest tail right here to that bearish breakout candle. The years of experience in trading has actually taught me that always the market will actually reach, I cannot say always, but most of the time the market will reverse exactly at the nearest level of the lowest level of the tail, which is the nearest one to the bearish breakout candle. So therefore, we can actually wait for the USDJPY to rise until 143.217, and from here, most likely, we can look for a sell. Also adding to the point here that we had also a resistance trend line. Check this out. So considering this level of a resistance trend line, we can expect from the USDJPY to rise again and hopefully respect the same level of a resistance trend line. Not to mention, of course, that on the left side, as you can see, this was a very strong key level of a real resistance, as we can see right here. Therefore, it must likely gonna be respected. So I believe this is gonna be the maximum where the pair can go to before finally drops and reach our take profit level. So I really hope this one is gonna be a good one. So therefore, we can sell at 143.17, expecting around 300. Actually, let's make it more realistic. Let's make it here at the resistance before reaching the lowest level of the support. Therefore, we are looking for over 216 pips of profit and a safe zone or a maximum drawdown that shouldn't be ranging higher than the previous level of a resistance at 144.034, ranging for around 81 pips against 220 pips of profit. And that's gonna be all for the USDJPY. Let's now move to the USDCHF. USDCHF was the best signal of the last week. As you can see, this was a very precise sniper entry. Absolutely 0.0 drawdown. It was really amazing. It has reversed exactly as 0.830 and went straight almost to the take profit level, making over 100 pips of profit. So now what's gonna happen next with this pair? First of all, let me now delete the old signal. And my friends, please, if you guys have made any profits with this signal, please share with us in the comments. It really means a lot to me to see someone says, I have made profits with this signal. Alright, so now what's going to happen next? By moving to the weekly chart, as we can see, also we are seeing something very similar to the USDJPY. A very strong rejection happened right after the retest of the broken level of a support at 0.839, with the creation of a new resistance and a big drop happening right now with the USDCHF. That being said, we're looking for a continuation in the fall till the market reach the lowest level of a real support as 0.811, which means the pair still has around 97 pips more to go. So moving now to the daily chart. Pay attention right now. Daily chart here shows us that the market actually has reversed on Wednesday and Thursday at this level of a support as 0.824, but Friday was actually the continuation in the fall, and as you can see has ended up as a strong bearish engulfing candle, which means USDCHF surely will continue the fall. Oh, actually I have to say most likely, I cannot say surely. However, the same principle that we have applied on the EURUSD will be applied on the USDCHF as well. Therefore, by looking at the opening and closing price of this bearish breakout candle, we will look for the nearest level of a resistance to that candle. And as you can see here, we have a support, then a support, and here we have a resistance. That, my friends, is going to be the next level where we can short this pair. Therefore, we can sell the USDCHF exactly right here at the resistance on 0.826. Also, if we look carefully, we have here a broken level of a support trend line, and that tells us that the market actually has a chance to make a pullback, retesting the broken level of a support trend line along with the inspection of that level of a resistance as well. So meaning selling at 0.826, targeting 0.811, expecting around 148 pips of profit, and the safe zone in this case shouldn't actually be ranging higher than the previous level of a resistance at 0.831, ranging for around 56 pips against 150 pips of profit. And that will be all, my friends, for this weekly analysis. I really hope it's going to be a profitable one. And then again, please don't forget to join our free channel of Telegram to remain connected to Xtreme Trader and to receive all kinds of updates about these signals that you are receiving here on YouTube. Again, the link is Xtreme Trader Signals, and you can also find the link in the description below this video. So until then, my friends, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.